Hello and welcome to this new video tutorial of Bagisto. In today's video tutorial, we'll be checking out the order and invoice settings in the default Bagisto itself. Under the order settings, we'll be checking the order number settings, wherein we have the order number prefix, order number length, order number suffix, and the minimum order amount settings. Under the invoice settings as well, we'll see the invoice number prefix, invoice number length, invoice number suffix, invoice slip design or the logo that can be added to the invoice itself, invoice reminders, and the payment terms or the due duration of the invoice there itself. But before I proceed further with this particular video tutorial today, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. So the very first thing that I want to show you is I'll just take you to the backend panel, and to go to the particular settings for the order settings and the invoice settings, what you need to do is you need to navigate through settings, and then you have to go to the wrench icon and go to sales, and here you have to navigate to particular section that is the order settings. For the order settings, and then you have the invoice settings for the invoice settings itself. Now under the order settings, here you can see that we have the order number settings and the minimum order settings here. So here for the order number settings, you can set up the order number prefix. So whatever order number is generated, to that you can add a prefix as per your own requirement. So we have set it as webcool underscore. The order number length, the length of the order number, so you can set it up as per your own requirement, the length of the order number. In numeric values, the numeric values would be 5 apart from the prefix and the suffix that we have added. Then we can add the order number suffix as well. So I've used prefix as webcool underscore and underscore order as the suffix for the order. And then we have the minimum order settings option here. So here you can set the minimum order amount that should be there within the cart, so that you can proceed further to place the order itself. So let me show you the order settings after we have configured it. Let's save it up, and now let's check the front end here. So what I'll do is I'll add a product into the cart, and now if I try, because we have said the minimum order amount is 100, and here you can see that the minimum order amount right now is 80. And if I try to check out, you can see that the minimum order amount is 100. So that's the first setting that I wanted to show you. Minimum order settings, minimum order amount, we had set it as 100. So I've added 2 products to the cart. Let's make a checkout now. On the checkout page, I'll be selecting my billing address. Accordingly, I'll select my shipping method. I'll select my payment method. And lastly, I'll be tapping here on the place order button to place the order. As soon as the order has been placed, we'll be able to see the particular order number according to the prefix and the suffix that we had added. So here's the webcool underscore and underscore order, and here are the 5 numeric values for the order number itself. That's the order number 15. So if we see here we had set the order number length as 5. So that's why the order number length here is 3 and 2. That would be 5, right? Now if we check this particular order here as well, we can see the particular order number is visible to the customer, webcool underscore 0015 underscore order. If I go to the orders section, here as well we can see webcool underscore 0015 underscore order itself, right? The same is visible to the admin in the backend panel as well. So if I go to the orders section in the admin backend panel, here's webcool underscore 0015 underscore order with the particular prefix and the suffix and the 5-digit order number itself, right? So this was the orders section basically. Now let's hop on to the backend configuration once again by navigating through the wrench icon, then sales, and then invoice settings. Here in the notification as well, we can see that the order has been placed. So under the invoice settings, we can set up the invoice number prefix, whatever prefix we want to set. We can set the invoice number length as we did for the order number. Then we can set up the invoice number suffix that would be used there. Then we have the payment terms. Now outside India, there are some countries where the without the receipt of the payment, the store admin generates the invoice. So in that case, when the invoice is being generated, the due duration for making the payment to the customer, by the customer to the admin, is being displayed on the invoice itself. And apart from the payment terms, here we can see that we have the invoice slip design as well. So whatever invoice slip design or the logo that you want to add onto the invoice can be edited from here by choosing the file. Then we have the invoice reminders. Here we can, this is for the same, for the payment term kind of a thing there. So if the customer has not made the payment after the within the due duration there, then the maximum limit of reminders that needs to be sent to the customer can be set, and the interval between the reminders can be set. And whenever the cron has been set up on the scheduled time, the particular reminders for the invoice would be sent out to the particular customer there. So now let's see how the invoice number prefix, suffix and the invoice number length appears, and the payment duration time appears on the invoice there, and the invoice logo appears on the invoice itself. So for the same, what I'll do is I'll go to the backend orders, and I'll be opening the same order, that's the webcool underscore 0015 underscore order, and I'll be viewing it up. And from here I'll tap on the invoice button to generate the invoice for this particular order. So here we have quantity to invoice as 2. I'll tap here on the save invoice. The invoice would be saved, and you can see that the invoice has been created. Now if I go to the invoices section, here we have the invoice, and here you can see the invoice number. Webcool underscore 0009 underscore invoice is the invoice number with the prefix, suffix and 4-digit invoice number, right? So if I wave it up, and here's the same visible here as well, is the order ID. I can print this invoice as well by tapping on the print. Now if I open the invoice, we'll be able to see the same invoice number on the invoice as well. So let the invoice open up. So here you can see that the invoice ID is visible, webcool underscore 0009 underscore invoice. The order ID, webcool underscore 0015 underscore order. Here you can see that the payment terms are also visible. 3 days we had set up in the admin backend panel. Here's the logo that we had added. The logo is also visible here, and the rest of the details of the same are visible here as well, along with the subtotal, the tax, any discount, and the grand total is visible to the on the invoice for the customer there. Now let's go back. So if I go to the range icon and again go to the sales section and then go to the invoice settings, here you can see that I had added the prefix as webcool underscore and the suffix as underscore invoice, and the invoice number length was 4. So here you can see that invoice number length is 4, webcool underscore invoice. The same is visible here on the invoice as well, and the due duration was set as 3 days. The invoice slip design, the logo that I had added, the logo is visible here, right? So yes, that was much about the particular video tutorial today for the order settings and the invoice settings in the default Bagisto, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the same, how we can set up the prefix and the suffix along with the order setup there, or the order number and the invoice number length there for the orders and the invoices that we are going to generate from the admin backend panel. So yes, that was much about the video tutorial today, and I thank you for viewing this particular video there. If you still have any questions, queries, sessions or requirements regarding the same, then you can anytime get back to us at support@bagisto.com, or you can raise a ticket at bagisto.qvdesk.com as well. Apart from that, if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video and have a great day ahead.